It's time for another Chicago Bears mock draft. I'm Harrison Graham. This is Bears Now by Chat Sports. And today's mock 3.0 is all 7 rounds, and it includes trades. I don't think we've done any trades yet, so thought we'd spice it up. And we're doing it right off the bat. Trade alert. Da-da-da, da-da-da. We're trading down with the Cardinals, who move up from 17 to 9. So you swap those picks. Bears get their second-round pick as well, 49 overall. Cardinals get the Bears' sixth-round pick, which is actually from Pittsburgh via the Justin Fields trade. If you add that up in the draft chart, it's pretty even there, so that checks out pretty well. And I land Mykel Williams, the Georgia edge rusher. Banks and Campbell, Banks might have still been available, but Campbell's for sure gone at 9. I was like, you know what? Let's trade down. Let's mix things up. Pick up an extra second-round pick. Mykel Williams is a physical freak. The production has not always met the talent, but it's not like he's been production-less. This isn't like a Zach Pickens situation. He has flashed on numerous occasions. Thought he was pretty dominant against Texas in the SEC championship game. Played really well in that game. I think he had 2 sacks. He seems to show up in the big game, so I'm excited to see what he does in the college football playoff. I love his size as well, especially if you stick at a 4-3. Now, if you're in a 3-4, could be kind of a weird fit for him. Is he big enough to play down lineman in a 3-man scheme? Is he agile enough to play that 3-4 outside linebacker edge rusher type? That would be something you'd have to answer as a staff. But 6'5", 265, he can really get after it. I think he's just a toolsy guy that's had good production, not great production, at the college level. Are the Bears more likely, in your opinion, to trade up or trade down in the first round? Type U for up, D for down. I would say down to acquire more capital. That would be my opinion. Now, maybe they fall in love with a Mason Graham or a Will Campbell, and they feel like they have to move up a couple spots to get them. Certainly a possibility, but I would say trading down is more likely. Round 2, pick number 37, Wyatt Milum, who there's a lot of opinions about this guy. Some people think he could go first round. Some people think it's like midday 2. I take him here at 37 overall. 4-year starter at West Virginia. Last 3 years at left tackle, played his freshman year at right tackle. Is graded out better and better every single year per PFF. 0 sacks allowed. Overall grade in pass block 90, run block 87.5. In a scheme that was more run heavy last couple of years for the Mountaineers. I like that he's played both tackle spots. A lot of the theme among these tackles in the first, second round range this year, a lot of NFL scouts and experts believe that these guys can kick inside and play guard. So versatility there. We'll see what his arm length comes in at. And again, a lot of this comes down to, for the Bears, where do they identify where some of these players can play? What are you doing with Braxton Jones? What is the plan there? So, you at least have to have some contingencies. But if you think this guy has versatility to play tackle or guard, I think this is a good range for him. I think he can be a day 1 starter on your offensive line. Subscribe to the channel. Our offseason content is ramping up. Obviously, we're still covering the rest of the season as well. 3 games left, but mock drafts, coaching search, Ryan Poles buzz, Kevin Warren, what is going to happen in the next few weeks. We've got it all covered here on this channel. Hit that subscribe button. Omarr Norman-Lott, the defensive tackle out of Tennessee. Trenches, trenches, trenches. First 3 rounds, we're going trenches, baby. I like his ability to rush the passer as an interior guy. His pressure win rate, pass rush win rate percentage per PFF, just under 19%, which for an interior guy is excellent. He's got 4 sacks this year, had 5 last year. For an interior guy, that's damn good. He can play the run pretty well. Also, you just need more help at defensive tackle. Zach Pickens has not been a hit. Dexter's a solid player. Billings, when he's healthy, is a solid player. They've gotten okay contributions from guys like Chris Williams. DeMarcus Walker kicks in there some, but you need more high-end guys, and I think this Norman-Lott kid has a chance to be a starter in the NFL. So I think in the second round, you take a swing here. All right, we'll try here. Jonah Savaiinaea, the offensive lineman out of Arizona. Again, fits that bill of he can play different positions. A lot of it will probably come down to his kind of arm length, stuff like that. Did we have his snaps here for Savaiinaea? Okay, I know he played some different positions at Arizona. I think we have a graphic here for him. here it is. He's played over 1,000 snaps at right tackle, almost 1,000 at right guard, over 300 at left tackle. So both tackle spots, guard. So again, like Milum, he's versatile. Are either of these guys going to be dominant players? As rookies, probably not, but I think both could start right away, and that's valuable. And if you don't think there's just a dominant starter with your top 10 projected pick, then get a defensive guy, build up the trenches there, and then take some swings on day 2 to try and get some starters on your offensive line. Obviously, how you perform in free agency will dictate a lot of this as well, but adding in the trenches on both sides of the ball is definitely an area that you need to focus on. And look, let's face it, you might need 4 new starting offensive linemen. I mean, Darnell Wright's going to be a starter. He's been good this year. Braxton Jones, I would say, is 50-50. Tevin as well, but he's a free agent. If you need to upgrade from Braxton, if you feel that way, if you don't want to re-sign Tevin, I mean, center right guard, I'd say at minimum you're going to need 2 new starters, but you might need 4. You might need 4 new starting offensive linemen, and that's up to Ryan Poles to pull off. All right, more picks to come in this mock draft. But first, let's talk about our sponsor, Rocket Money. Shout out to Rocket Money for sponsoring today's show. It's a personal finance app that can help you find and cancel any subscriptions that you no longer want. And you might be thinking, what would that even entail? Well, when you download the app, rocketmoney.com/bearsnow, sync up your bank account. It's going to show you all of your subscriptions on one screen, and you're going to realize, holy crap, I'm spending money on stuff I don't even use anymore. And a few clicks later, you can cancel those subscriptions you want to get rid of. You can lower your bills by up to 20%. All you got to do, like you just saw on your screen, upload your bill, take a photo of it, upload it, and they can find you some deals sometimes to lower that bill by up to 20%. They're just trying to help you out, trying to help you save money. They've saved customers a total of $500 million and counting. You could save up to $740 per year if you use the full features of Rocket Money. RocketMoney.com/bearsnow. Get started today. It's the most user-friendly financial app I've ever used. I'm on it on a weekly basis. You should be too. Check it out right now. Links in the comments and in the description. All right, trade alert. I'm trading again. I'm moving down from 73 to 89, 16 slots in the third round, adding a 4th-round pick from the Houston Texans. Remember, the Bears don't currently have a 4th at this point in time, so getting some more volume here. And then I'm taking Nick Emenwari, the DB out of South Carolina. This kid's interesting. 6'3", 225. Great in coverage for his size. Is a thumper in the run game as well. Can defend tight ends. Tackling machine for the Gamecocks at South Carolina. 4 picks this year. Ran 2 of those back for touchdowns. A couple of breakups on top of that. You know what this is? This is insurance for Jaquan Brisker. I actually think their games are pretty similar. I think this guy might actually be a little better in coverage than Brisker was coming out. But we just don't know what Brisker's future looks like, and that's sad and that's unfortunate. But concussions aside, he is in the final year of his rookie contract, so even if he was fully healthy, if you were unsure on whether or not to extend him, you'd have to kind of be thinking about contingency plans, and this guy is that. You could kind of reset here, and safety is one of those positions where it's kind of like, if you're not blown away by the guy you got, drafting a young guy to replace him, that's kind of just what teams do. So given Brisker's injury concerns, that is definitely a possibility. Show Brisker some love. Type the 9s in the comments. We're wishing him well. It's crazy to think that he has not played since week 5. Been in the concussion protocol since then. So, Quantity B, if you're watching, we're rooting for you. We're cheering for you. We're hoping for you, man. All right, RJ Harvey. One of my favorite players in this draft, the UCF running back. He's 5'9", about 205. Plays bigger than that. 205, 210 is good size. Good thickness for a back, but he's not 6 foot or anything. I mean, this guy is just a workhorse. I mean, look at his production at Central Florida the last couple of years. Basically 1,500 yards a season, 42 total touchdowns, can catch the ball. I mean, he would have games sometimes where you just look up in the box score, he's like, yep, 31 carries for 210 yards. I mean, he just carried that offense the last couple of years. I think you really have to be looking in the middle rounds of this draft for a running back to pair with DeAndre Swift. I don't think free agency is the place to go there because to find a player that could either be a high level number 2 or a starter, you're going to have to pay at least probably $5 million, and you've already given Swift 8. So I think you draft somebody, get RJ Harvey in here, pair him with Swift. You can keep Roschon as your number 3, but he's had a concussion each of the last 2 years as well. And let's roll because you got to get more production out of your running game, and he's a more decisive physical runner than DeAndre Swift. You can kind of create your thunder and lightning situation with this guy, and he's got some. He's got enough speed as well. He can really play. Keep an eye on this RJ Harvey kid. Jonah Monheim, center out of USC, and kind of like the first 2 guys, not as talented. Probably couldn't play tackle in the NFL, but at USC he started 1 year at left tackle, started at right tackle and right guard. I think he split one season at those 2 positions. This year he's been their center. He's been a team first guy, played different spots. I've read that he's got shorter arms, so he's probably an interior guy in the NFL. But developmental guy at center on day 3. There's not a lot of high-level centers in the early parts of the draft. Now, maybe someone emerges, maybe someone at a guard or tackle position decides to play center in the NFL. We'll see. But this guy played with Mykel Williams for a couple years at USC, so there's familiarity there. So you've got that going as well. No round 6 pick. We traded that in that pick, or in that initial trade we did to acquire an extra second. Theo Wease Jr., receiver out of Missouri. 6-year college player. He's got some decent size, over 6 foot, almost 15 yards a catch. He's kind of the forgotten man at Mizzou because they have Luther Burden, but this kid's pretty good as well. You know what's interesting? He started his career at Oklahoma, and he was at OU in 2021, the 1 year Mykel Williams was, but he didn't have any stats. So I was trying to look into that. I was like, was he hurt? Did he enter the transfer portal early? I think he was hurt, which would explain the 6-year player status. He probably redshirted that year, got the COVID year, then there you go. There's the 6 years. But they were on campus at the same time, so I'd be curious to see what Caleb thinks of him. But you're probably going to have to add a receiver at some point, assuming you lose Keenan Allen and maybe a developmental guy. Although in his case, 6-year player, a guy late in the draft where you get some value here. There you go, mock draft 3.0 with trades all 7 rounds. Mykel Williams, Wyatt Milum, Omarr Norman-Lott, Jonah Savaiinaea, and Nick Emanwari in the first 3 rounds. And then day 3 picks, RJ Harvey, Jonah Monheim, and Theo Wease Jr. Let me know how we did. A, B, C, D, or F. Drop a letter grade in the comments section down below and give us your thoughts. You can check out our other mocks that we've done as well. We've done a couple of them this year. Those will certainly ramp up in the offseason as well. My name is Harrison Graham. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. More content to come here on Bears Now.